Riff.
Cool. All right. This is the space so far. Cleared up the rafters to try and set up some space for lights,
Yeah?
curtains, other such things. We're kind of keeping to this whole like rectangle.
Yeah, so the playing space goes from sort of this entrance through to this wall, down this way. Ends up kind of with this cubicle wall as our far wall. Yep, where Dylan's standing. So we're gonna put clamp lights and then heavier lights up on the stronger rafters, and then up here where the panels were is where we're gonna put our clamp lights.
Here's an idea. We're kind of keeping it more of a black box idea so that we can adjust to whatever show. So perhaps a thrust that can be removable or a round. We'd like to put some chairs. Oh, let's film the chairs. Yeah, there's a bunch of chairs already here, so we're going to use some of them for the theater. There's some good like rolly chairs because it's an office.
Yeah.
But then there are these that we thought could be good for actual like arena seating.
Yeah, these will be good for the house. And then we put there were so many chairs.
Yeah.
We put all the, we'll call them suboptimal chairs back here. And there's like tons of space to stow away all the things that we don't need.
Well, there's an entrance and exit here.
Yep, so here's a possible entrance where
And
people
then-
come in.
We have a big long hallway.
Yep. We're gonna fill all of these gaps
Yeah.
with more pieces of cubicle wall, so it just ends up being a hallway.
Feels a little narrow, but that's okay.
Yeah, it should be fine.
And then you walk into the space.
Yeah, so it gets to here, and then this row of cubicles is also coming out. So once you get to the end of the hall, it just kind of opens up into this big playing space.
We're just gonna have to play with how we get more light in here,
Yep,
and then more, like, I don't know, fans. Feels kind of stuffy.
yeah, kind of air the space out before a show.
But I am actually kind of glad that I don't think there's much air conditioning here. So we're not gonna have like a
Yeah, no, that's
during the
good.
show.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. And I mean, I'd rather it be just a little bit too cold in here for the wintertime and people have warmer clothes than it be too hot.
Right.
You know, because then there's really nothing you can do about that without it getting really noisy. But yeah,
That's the thing.
that's the gist. Over there is Tristan's workshop. We're going to have curtains put up so that you can't see anything past this sort of playing space. And it's configurable. Like this whole area we showed it's like a black box space. So we can put the stage anywhere in the space we want. We can make it proscenium style. We can do it in the round. And then we can put the risers anywhere accordingly. Thrust. And there's,
And we could also use anything from the side or over here or
Yeah.
over there. And that stuff is green room, storage,
Exactly.
backstage,
yeah.
just stuff like that.
Yep. So it'll be good. And there's a lot of space. Like, if we have smaller, intimate casts, we have plenty of room for social distancing, for making sure people get in and out in an orderly manner, making sure things are open and cleared enough for fire exits and whatnot.
Because
So,
there's an exit over there.
yep, you can see
which you
clearly
just did.
marked
There's an exit.
areas
There's an entrance on the
Over
other
there.
side.
and over that way.
But then here, the nice thing too is if we need to set up a, yeah, come on. If we need to build a set or risers, like what you're gonna need to do, or
Yep.
other stuff, we already have a full workshop.
Yeah. So this is Tristan's workshop from the Zoot Theater Company. But he's been so kind as to let us sort of inhabit his space here.
But
And-
there's power tools and all sorts of stuff, so we can
Yeah.
what we need.
Most importantly, there's 4 walls and a roof, and
Yeah.
everything else follows after that. Hey, Dylan.
Hi.
You want to say something?
Oh, I don't know.
Any ideas or thoughts?
No, not yet.
Shock.
All right.
A lot of organizing that has to go into it.
Absolutely.
A lot of organizing and a lot of sorting through things that we can use, things that we don't need to use, but we know that we need to set somewhere while we're working.
Yeah, exactly. What time is it right now?
I think it's
It's 6:05.
6:05? Okay. So we just spent like 2 hours?
2 hours.
About 2 hours. And in that 2 hours, we took before pictures, and then we also have like a time lapse too, just a bunch of pictures of what we did. But essentially, there were like all those chairs were filling this space.
Do you want me to film you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just
there were
put
like
us.
a bunch of chairs over here. That's where all of the chairs that we stuffed that way were. They were all in this area. And then we took these tables out so that we could take down the ceiling panels. But pretty much all that's left is to get these cabinets out of here. And there's a whole area on the other side of Tristan's workshop where we can put a lot of these things. But there was like a lot of trash. I mean, there still is like a lot of trash and debris and things to sweep up. But once we do that, we got a wide open space, and pretty much all we need to do is create, build things. Oh, hi there.
And that's a myth we can bust.
We
Oh
can
my
bust
God.
Mythbusters.
Yeah.
But and let's see, because we've got a hallway
Just
back
finding
here.
things throughout the office.
Yeah.
But there's
Kids.
bathrooms accessible in this hallway. Not a working water fountain.
And you wouldn't want to use it anyways because we're in a pandemic.
Right. Bing. Okay. Anything else?
Not really. There will be, there's elevators this way, and that's for handicap accessibility. And yeah, we have like 2 potential entrances to the space. This whole area is off limits. So essentially people with wheelchairs or handicap are going to be coming from this hallway. There's an elevator down this hallway, and they'll be coming this way, past the restrooms. And just depending on the configuration, they'll either come in through this way or this way into the playing space. And then the alternative entrance we already showed you is that door all the way down there and then our makeshift hallway.
It's basically like a stairwell that goes down into the main part of the building.
Yeah, there's like a lobby area. It's part of Central State. Yeah, that's the gist. There's still a lot of cleaning left to do. And we obviously have to move these cabinets. And then from there, just depending on what's on the docket, we might rip up the carpet and paint the floor black. We may paint a section of the wall black depending on where our proscenium is in that configuration. But otherwise, it'll be good to go. Those things are just extra bells and whistles. Once it's all clean, once we build risers, once we build a stage, we'll have a performance space. So,
Yeah.
yay!
Yay!
Cool.